Hello everyone. Today in this video I am going to talk about the detailed structure of neuron. Neuron is a structure and functional unit of the nervous system, and it is the excitable cells which help in the transmission of information from one point to the another point of a body. So neuron is very important structure of the nervous system, and there are different parts in the neuron. So in this diagram you can see this is a part this is a part which represent the cytone, which represent the cytone or cell body, or we can say soma of the neuron. And this is a part from here till here, this is a part which represent the exon. So this cell body is made up of different type of organelles and different type of structures, and here it is exon, which is a extension of the cell body. So here you can see in the cytone there is a part, there is a center which is known as nucleus, and nucleus control the activity of the nervous system. And here you can see these are the small extensions of the soma, that is the cell body. These extensions are known as dendrites. So this structure is a multipolar neuron structure because there are a lot of dendrites from arise from the cell body. So this is a multipolar neuron. And what it is, dendrite are basically the structure which receives the information from the axons of previous neuron. So dendrite is a part which carry information and send it to the soma, and then this information again further send it to the axon part of the neuron. So dendrite, there are many dendrite, that's why it is a multipolar neuron structure. And inside the soma, other than the nucleus, there are different organelles are also present in the cytone. These organelles are ribosomes, which help in the protein synthesis, Golgi bodies, which help in packaging of material, and there is a mitochondria. It is act as an ATP. It acts as a powerhouse or ATP center. And there is a cytoplasm of neuron. And here you can see these are the neurofibrils. These neurofibrils are very important because as in normal cell, microtubules provides the cytoskeleton of the cell. Here in the neurofibrils act as a strength provider. So neurofibrils provide strength to the neuron. So that's why neurofibrils are very important in the neuron structure. And another important organelles are endoplasmic reticulum, which is attached to the nucleus. There are also rough endoplasmic reticulum or smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And other than this, there are different types of organelles are also present, that is lipofuscin. You can see here that is a lipofuscin, and this lipofuscin is derived from the lysosome, and it acts as a aging neurons. So it is a wear tear it acts as a wear tear neuron, and it is an aging neuron. So in this soma there are many organelles, and one important organelle is also present in the soma. This is known as Nissel's granules. Nissel granules is very important part of the neuron because this Nissel granules made up of rough endoplasmic reticulum, or we can say it is a part of it is made from the it is derived from the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and it helps in the formation of protein. So this is very important for the neuron structure. And we can say that in the cell body, dendrite act as afferent fibers because these receives information and send it to the soma or then axon. And axon act as an efferent fiber because from the axon information send it to the dendrite of another axon. So we can say axon act as a efferent fiber and dendrite act as a afferent fiber. At the junction of soma or axon, there is a part which is known as axon hillock. Axon hillock is plays very important role in information, in sending the information, because when any information reaching beyond the threshold value of axon hillock, only then it act as a signal and then it send to the axon. Otherwise it is not act as a signal and it will not send to the axon. That's why axon hillock is that part where if any information reaches beyond the threshold value of axon hillock, only then it act as a signal, otherwise it will not act as a signal. Now you can see this is the extension of the dendrite and it is known as axon. So axon is the extensive part of the neuron, and you can see this is axon which is filled with exoplasm, and beyond the this exoplasm is covered by a layer which is known as exolemma. So it is also known as neurolemma, and exoplasm is covered by exolemma. Here you can see from cell body covered by plasma membrane and axon covered by exolemma, and inside the and exoplasm covered by exolemma, and this exoplasm not contain any type of nasal granules. Nasal granules are present only in the soma body or in the dendrite, but in axon there is no nasal granules. And here you can see the structure of axon. If the middle part is axon, then this axon is further covered by another type of cell which is known as a swan shell. So here you can see this axon part is covered by swan shell from both side, and and outside the swan shell there is a myelin sheath. This myelin sheath is secreted by the swan cell. So these swan shell have nucleus, and this swan cell secrete a myelin sheath around the neuron. So this is known as myelinated nerve fiber. So there are different type of nerve fiber which is there are different type of nerve fiber depending upon the axon structure. If in the axon there is myelin sheath, then it is known as myelinated nerve fiber. If in the axon is not covered by any myelin sheath, then it is known as non-myelinated nerve fiber. So non-myelinated nerve fibers not have any swan shell, and we can say myelin sheath is also absent in non-myelinated neuron, and non-myelinated neuron are present in cerebrum. So these myelin sheath are of two type. In central myelin sheath in central nervous system, we can say in central nervous system, that is in brain and spinal cord, myelin sheath is formed by glial cell, and these glial cell are called oligodendrocyte. And myelin sheath in peripheral nervous system formed by glial cells called as swan shell. So in peripheral nervous system, swan cells secrete myelin sheath, and in central nervous system, oligodendrocyte cells secrete myelin sheath. So at different places, different type of cells secrete myelin sheath. So this is a myelinated neuron. Here you can see in the center there is exoplasm. Exoplasm is covered by exolemma, which is known as axon, and outside the exolemma there are another type of cell which are known as a swan shell. These swan shell have nucleus, and these swan shell secrete a sheath which is known as myelin sheath, and myelin sheath is outside the swan shell, and it is present in spinal nerves and cranial nerves, and it is secreted by swan shell. If it is secreted by oligodendrocyte, then it is present in the central nervous system, that is in brain and spinal cord. Now you can see this is the lateral branch which arises from the axon. This lateral branch is known as collateral fibers, and these collateral fibers are present in spinal cord. So this is a lateral branch of neuron, and at the end of the axon there is a structure which is known as terminal arborization, and at the ending point, at the ending part of the terminal arborization, there are small vesicles. These vesicles are known as synaptic knob, and these synaptic knobs are filled with neurotransmitters. These neurotransmitter can act as a stimulant or can act as inhibitory. So these neurotransmitter can be excitatory or inhibitory, like GABA or acetylcholine, etc. These neurotransmitter help in the excitation or inhibition of another neuron. So these neurotransmitter are secreted from this synaptic knob, which is present at the ending part of this terminal arborization. So one important thing about the neuron is that in the neuron there is no centromere. is no centrosole or no centriole, because in mature neuron there is no ability to divide further. That's why in mature neuron there is no centrosome and no centriole, because neurons remain, that's why neuron remains in interphase. They never go inside the mitotic phase because neuron don't have ability to divide again. So this was the whole structure about the neuron. And one thing is that nasal granules are also known as tigroid substances. We can say that nasal granules are made up of rough endoplasmic reticulum and help in the protein synthesis, and these are also known as tigroid substances. So we can say this is in this structure there are two main part. One is soma or cell body, which contain different organelles, nucleus, dendrites, and which carry information towards the exon. And exon hillock is a part which act as a decide center, that any information can act as a signal or not. And exon is that part which sends the information from the soma part to the next to the dendrite of the next neuron. So, and this myelin sheath act as a insulator. And here you can see this is a part which is nodes of Ranvier, where myelin sheath is absent. At nodes of Ranvier there is no myelin sheath. That's why any signal can jump from one point to the another point, and the sending the information is fast due to this nodes of Ranvier. So this nodes of Ranvier play a very important role in sending the information very fast, at a very fast rate. So this nodes of at a node of Ranvier there is no myelin sheath. So this was whole about the neuron structure. I hope you will like it. Thank you, friends.